What's going on, everybody? Josh Engleman here for Stokastic.com, back again with my NBA DFS contenders on DraftKings for Friday, November 29th. Now be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman. And then, if you want to sign up at Stokastic, do this. The promo code is Black Friday. Get 50% off your first payment, weekly or monthly, for any single sport core or max subscription you're looking for. So whether that's NBA, NFL, NHL, PGA, MMA, and more, you can get your first week or month for 50% off. Projections, ownership, our entire simulation package, premium Discord. If you've ever wanted to come in at Stokastic and see what we have behind the paywall, the Black Friday deal is what you're looking for. Offer expires Sunday. First up at number 5, I've got Anthony Davis. Now, he is center only, 10,400. Tough matchup here against OKC, but projected for 28 points, 12.5 boards, 3 assists, just over 3 stocks. He probably looks like the best pay-up option. It's either going to be him or Jason Tatum, but I'm happy to pay this salary. He's been exceptional so far this year. I think he's in a really nice spot for himself. Like, Hartenstein is not a good deal, but anytime that he's out there with anybody other than Hartenstein, he should be able to really dominate the paint. The Thunder are a small team. He's going to see a lot of Isaiah Hartenstein. I also don't think it matters. There's just not enough talent on the Lakers right now to stop him from being a guy that projects for 28 points and 12 boards. It's just a massive stat line every time out. And 10-4 really isn't all that problematic, particularly on a day with no Victor Wembanyama, no Nikola Jokic, no Giannis Antetokounmpo. AD is the premier guy to get to. In at number 4, I'm taking a long look at Jaylen Brown. Shooting guard, small forward eligible. Best position you could have. 8K, projected for 24 points, 6 boards, 4 assists, a stock and a half. And he's got a great matchup against the Bulls. The Bulls play fast. This game is going to have a really nice total. And the Bulls defense is really, really bad. They got nobody out there. Jaylen Brown is going to meet very little resistance when trying to get to the rim. But the fact that you could roster him at shooting guard, small forward, guard, forward utility, that price tag has been quite a bit higher in Jaylen Brown's past. 8K is not a problem at all. Every part of this is on our side. And it's an NBA Cup game that they want to win by as many points as possible to make sure you get that point differential. It's all on our side. In at number 3, at least for now, is Jacoby Walter. Now, I know a lot of you may be saying, who? And that would be a very reasonable thing to say. Jacoby Walter got the start for the Raptors on Wednesday, and no one in the industry thought he was even going to play a single second. Today, he's still the flat minimum 3K on DraftKings, shooting guard eligible. I went 9 points, 4 boards, 2 assists, a little over a stock. But if he's starting again, I only went 26 minutes. You could conceivably give him more in a start, but if he's starting again, he's going to be a priority value option on today because he's just priced lower than anybody else. This is as low as it can possibly be. And you're filling a shooting guard spot that's not exactly easy to fill. But when it comes to value options like this, getting starters at the flat 3K, it doesn't happen often. To Portland we go, but for Deni Avdija, small forward only, but the toughest position to fill. 5,300 projected for 14 points, 7 boards, 4 assists, a stock and a half. Portland's had a lot of guys in and out of the lineup recently, but Jeremy Grant is doubtful for this one, and that just means that Avdija can step back into that 30-minute role. I actually gave him 32 minutes. He projects way better than what a $5,300 price tag means. If Jeremy Grant were going to be out for, let's say, 2 weeks, Deni Avdija would be miles ahead of 5,300 by the time his price was able to stabilize. We haven't gotten there yet. So this value is just locked into the fact that Deni Avdija is playing a role for Portland now that it isn't supported by the salary. If he were 6K today, he would still be a good play, and he'd still be $700 over where we're at. It's really easy to roster him. The position is perfect. The matchup against Sacramento, I wouldn't turn down at all. He's going to be here all day today, unless Jeremy Grant somehow goes from doubtful to in. Finally, my number 1 contender for right now is Keon Johnson. Now, there are a lot of question marks going on for Brooklyn. Keon Johnson, though, is point guard, shooting guard eligible, 3,200, projected for 11 points, 3.5 boards, 2 assists, and a stock. It's a terrible matchup against Orlando. I have him in for 25 minutes. We don't have a ton of value on this 7-gamer yet, so this stands out. But we already don't have Dennis Schroeder. We already don't have Cam Thomas. Nick Claxton is questionable. Keon Johnson is questionable. Dorian Finney-Smith is questionable. I think Keon Johnson is playing these minutes. If everybody is in, he will still look like a fantastic value option with some upside because they're missing their starting point guard and their starting shooting guard. Now, if we start losing these guys, if Dorian Finney-Smith or Cam Johnson happen to end up out, that's just creating 24 to 30 plus minutes again that we need to redistribute through the Nets. There's going to be a bunch of value for the Nets no matter what today. And Keon Johnson will likely not be my number one guy when we get to lock. But if everybody else ends up out, this dude's going to be here all day with heavy ownership because $3,200 price tags for guys that can play 25 plus minutes, it doesn't happen very often. And usually those types of guys look really bad. That's not what we have here. So Keon Johnson, at least for now, is my number one contender. Alrighty, folks, that will do it. Those are my NBA DFS contenders on DraftKings for Friday, November 29th. FanDuel top 10s and DraftKings top 10s posted to my Twitter. And today feels like a day where I'll actually have enough time to put in an update. You didn't get it on Wednesday because all hell broke loose every 10 minutes for 2 hours. It was absolute insanity. By the time I tried to get an update out, there was already new stuff that completely ruined everything I did. Today doesn't look like it's going to be that day. So keep your eyes peeled for updates later today. Sign up with the Black Friday ad, link in the description. And good luck, everybody. Have a great weekend. I'll see you Monday.